I get a lot of questions from my friends who are also lawyers, but they don't practice divorce and family law. And a few of them asked me recently, what do you think about the Dr. Dre situation? I think he settled for about $100 million in his divorce. And I think his prenup saved him. What? His prenup saved him, but he lost $100 million. Here's why it saved him. Because let's say he's worth an estimated 8 or 900 million, and he was married for 24 years. He only gave up a little over 10 or 12% of his assets. He could have ended up giving her more than half. So he saved himself between, I'm going to estimate, $350 to $500 million. Wow. A prenup could do that? Yeah. And it was upheld under California law. So I wasn't part of the negotiations, but I would imagine, just based on my own experience negotiating prenups, that there was a chance that she could have gotten less if the prenup was upheld. So she settled at $100 million. So he saved himself hundreds of millions of dollars by having the foresight to have a prenup properly drafted and properly executed under the law of his jurisdiction. Now, other people have asked me, hey, I thought he ripped it up. Doesn't that invalidate it? Not if it's properly drafted. No, there'd be a clause in there that says the only way it can be modified is through a writing that's signed with the same level of formality as the original. So you can't just rip up a document. I'm sure that there are copies of it. His lawyer probably kept a copy. And so don't believe what you kind of hear on chat boards and stuff. This guy did the right thing. Yeah, he had a lot of stress involved, but it could have been so much worse without a prenup. Now, I want you to think about this. You might not have the kind of money that Dr. Dre has. Not many people do. But even if you're worth $100,000 or $50,000 at marriage, and then you work hard and build a business over many years, you could still protect yourself by having a prenup properly done, especially if you are going to work hard and build something over many years on your own while you're married. Talk to a family law attorney in your jurisdiction. Or what? Don't get married and don't live in a married state, meaning common law marriage. And I'm talking to you, Canada, and all the provinces in Canada that have people in a married state after a year or two of cohabitating. So here's the point of the video. Dr. Dre, my takeaway on the very limited knowledge that I know about what happened. Saved him. It saved him, and I don't want to hear again that prenups don't work or they get set aside. The crappy prenups that you might buy on the internet, I set them aside all day long, all right? It's not worth the paper they're written on. You don't even know if they're written by a high school student or who the hell wrote it. It doesn't say. And they could be outdated, the laws change. You want a prenup done properly or not at all, because then you'll get a false sense of security if it's not done properly, and you don't want that. You don't want to find out at the worst possible moment that your prenup's not worth the paper it's written on. And I see them all the time. Typically, if there's an experienced lawyer on the other side of a divorce case, we don't even litigate the validity of the prenup if it's clearly going to get set aside. And they do. Get one done the right way. Leave a comment, share this with somebody who needs to see it. Subscribe. Love to have you as part of the community. Be careful out there.